Welcome everybody back to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, accessories, because I suck at that. And there are already so many great reviewers on YouTube who can do that already, and you know who they are, and you're on YouTube, so you know how to do this, right? Just look it up, and you'll see all these amazing reviewers. Subscribe to them, like them, watch them, listen to them, make love to them, audially. Okay, today we are reviewing, this is the last figure I have in this batch review that I do. This is the Storm Collectibles DC Injustice BANE figure. I know I'm a little bit late. I've had him sitting around for weeks, if not months now. All the reviews have dropped on him. This is just my little, just my 2 cents on this figure. Before I even begin, okay, I am a Storm fanatic. I love Storm Collectibles. I buy their figures even when I don't have any clue or inkling about the character, him or herself. In my eyes, okay, and I will admit in full disclosure, I am a Storm fanatic. I'm a Storm apologist. I'm extremely biased. So keep that in mind when you're listening to this review, okay? Because you're gonna think that I work for Storm. I don't work for Storm. I have no connection with Storm. I just love their products. Yes, there are some QC issues, but you know, you can work around that. Just based on the overall quality, there's so many more pros and cons to Storm figures, in my humble opinion. And this guy is no different. Just in terms of articulation, we're just looking at articulation. He is just a phenomenal figure. He's so big, he's so bulky. I got a soft spot for big, oversized figures, like Build-A-Figures. You know, my favorite superheroes, the Hulk. I have multiple Thanos figures. I have so many Hulk figures, Thanos figures. You know, the Thing. Any big guy. You know, Colossus, Juggernaut. Any of those big dudes, I love. So, Storm makes they on all their websites and on their website and on all of their marketing, promotional literature and boxes and pamphlets, they all claim that their figures are 1/12 scale. No effing way in hell, way, shape, or form are they 1/12. First of all, they're 1/10, if that. Sometimes I think they're even closer to 1/9. But anyway, they're definitely. Let's just agree. Let's just split the difference and just call them 1/10, because they're not 1/12. This guy is huge. He's big. He's just thick. He's massive, but he's soft, rubbery, and he bends and he contorts in all the right places, all the right positions. It's just he's to me, he's just a great figure. But downside is Storm Collectibles not cheap. They run generally from smaller size figures. They run, you know, they could start at 65 to 70 starting minimum, if not counting sales. They'll start at $70 and then they go up from there. This guy, he's about 100. You know, if you're lucky, you can find him for about 90. He goes about 100, 105 maybe, and he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Right off the bat, let's do a measurement of him from from head to toe. He is, I would say, between 9.25, not quite 9.5, but definitely taller than 9.25. So let's call that 9.35, right, or 9.4. Oh, actually, yeah, just a hair over 9.25. A hair over, okay. He's big, he's wide, he comes with tons of accessories, he comes multiple hands. Only one head though, which is weird, because usually Storm Collectible, they give you so many heads, more heads than you even need. And the difference between the heads, it's like one head is a smile, the other one is like half a smile. And you just look at it and you go, couldn't you have just saved plastic, or give us an entirely different head, or give us an entirely other type of accessory instead of 2 or 3 heads that look exactly the same? What's the point of that? Meanwhile, this guy, he came with one head. Just one head. Not even an unmasked head, not even like a variation of this mask. A lot of people were sort of lamenting, people who bought this figure, they were sort of lamenting that this mask is not the traditional looking mask. It's not. It's the Injustice design, and they're, I guess, contractually obligated to make Injustice figure. They can only do. Storm only has the Injustice contract, so the license. So they can only make their DC characters based off of the Injustice game. Any other look outside of the Injustice look, they can't make that. So maybe that's why. But still, I thought it was weird. Okay, for those of you who are familiar with Storm Collectibles, this is old hat to you. But for those of you who don't know Storm Collectibles, like all Storm Collectibles, it's a combination of hard plastic and soft plastic, very soft plastic, almost like a rubber, and that lends itself to the ability to articulate very, very well. So here, the figure in the Bane, he's got a hard head, soft plastic upper torso. This whole piece here is soft. The middle lower torso is hard. The arms are hard, but the hands, well, no, the hands are hard too, but the other hands where it's open, they're soft. These are closed fists, so they are hard plastic. The crotch piece, this is very soft, and everything else is hard. The Venom tubes are soft. I thought these tubes would be very delicate and they would pop out. No, man. I mean, listen. Again, you get what you pay for. When you buy a Storm, you're buying quality. Aside from some of the individual QC issues, I know there's always QC issues with specific figures, but on the whole, in general, Storm makes great products. So he can stand there. Don't you move. So he can move his head up. It's on a ball joint. The heads, they pop off pretty easily, go right back on. It's a very soft rubber here, so he can look up a good amount, although it doesn't stay that way, but if you can force it back, he can go. I mean, the ability to go back is there. I should say that. The ability to go back. But once you let go, it falls back into place. You can look down this much. It's a good amount, Again, the soft rubber allows for a lot of articulation. Just a complete wide range of head movement. He can go all the way up. There's his hot tub pose. See, that's really, really great movement. Come all the way down, back down. He's got the upper bicep swivel. He's got pseudo or faux quasi butterfly joints. It's not butterfly joints. It's a peg and a hole that pops in, but there is butterfly cuts, and there's movement. There's butterfly movement. So there you go. That's, I guess, the more proper term. Butterfly movement, not authentically butterfly joints, but you get the idea. So there's a good movement in that sense. If you want to look this way, from a bird's eye view, you can move his shoulders back that much, move his shoulders forward that much. So definitely do like a bodybuilder pose, flexing pose. We already covered the biceps, double jointed elbows. Doesn't get too much of a bend because of his girth and his size and his muscles, so you can get a little bit more than 90 degree bend, even though that it is a double joint. The wrist, he's got great movement as always on the wrist, as always Storm to give you great articulation there. You can move it up and down, rotate. It's a peg, it's a hole, and you can rotate it and swivel it in all directions. All right. He's got 2 points of articulation at the waist, upper and lower, 2 ball joints. So in conjunction, he can do a crunch that far down, probably even more, that far down. That's his crunch, and that's his extension. Back extension. So there you go. And another complaint is that sometimes people say, and I don't disagree, but it just doesn't bother me as much, that they can get Storm Collectible figures can get very gappy. So if that bothers you, definitely take that into consideration. but the gaps are a necessary evil for the for the articulation. He can do a split. Bane does splits, baby. You know that? He do a split, no thigh cut, but he does have double jointed knees. Kick back that much, no boot cut, but he does get. Storm figures all have that great ankle joint that is that mimics the design of the wrist joint, but depending on what figure you have, like this Bane here, he's got a lot of boot armor, so that hinders his ankle articulation. I mean, he can hit it. He's definitely ankle pivot, but it's not as fluid, and it's not as the range of motion isn't as wide as some other figures. And of course, there is toe articulation. And when you put all these points of articulation together, you get a huge monster beast of a figure that can almost hit Spider-Man-like poses, which is great. Again, you pay for it, you know, you get what you pay for. These are not cheap figures. So if you are privileged and lucky enough to get a Storm, get it. This guy is one of the prized pieces in my collection. I love this guy. And I'm not even that big of a Bane fan, but this guy's great. Can't wait for Lobo, can't wait for Darkseid, can't wait for Doomsday. Can't wait for all these Storm figures to come out, alright? Okay, if you can, get them. If you can't, I don't know. Put them on your wish list, write it to Santa. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.